Hey, Ben. Yeah, look, I can describe the mechanism a little bit if you like, which I think might be useful to you. There's a difference between the two, right? Decreasing fees for the on-ramp does not constitute a security or a DAO or a business in any way. You're allowed to provide discounts to people for all sorts of reasons, and you can choose what they are, and it does not make you a registered or does not require you to register with the SEC. However, if you were to provide some sort of function where you could earn yield from that staking as opposed to a discount on a future function, it would very likely make you either a business, requiring you to register as a business, and therefore all of your stakers would be shareholders in the business. And so I got this question the other day about whether or not we would be a DAO. That's kind of what you're describing when you describe like earning yield. And in fact, like we talked about this at one point. We were like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you could earn all of those on-ramp and off-ramp fees if you were the staker of another asset? And our legal team was just like, look, as soon as you do that, you're a security, you're a DAO. You need to register all of your shareholders. You need to provide them K1s. It's going to be a huge, huge nightmare. So just don't go down that road. So if you're curious as to like why that mechanism isn't used, that's the reason. There's just too much regulatory risk around it. In the case of staking generally, staking to reduce fees in an on-ramp or an off-ramp is not a security, does not make the Coast stablecoin a security. So it is absolutely something we're going to employ with some sort of asset, and we'll very likely have a fee-burning mechanism in there, or a deflationary aspect from unstaking, I think is the optimal thing to do there, where like, say for example, in testnet, you are able to stake some Pulse in order to reduce your on-ramp fee from 4% to 3%. We would try to incentivize you to lock that Pulse for a long period of time, kind of the same way 1inch does with their DAO, except that we would charge you, or the contract would charge you a fee of say 5% if you were to unstake. So the optimal game theory there being to like try and lock people in the contract and not have them unstake, or if they do unstake, at least it's deflationary on the asset. So that's kind of the way we're thinking about that right now.
So again, just to clarify too, you're thinking there can be some sort of staking to decrease some of the on-ramp fees. What token that will be, whether it's Pulse or something else, you don't know yet, but that's something that won't make it a security and is doable and all these things.
It could be all sorts of stuff, right? Like you could theoretically have it be a premium membership that you pay monthly, or you could have it be an NFT, right? Like we could have some sort of system where you buy a Richard Hart, looks like a puppy NFT, and that gets you or entitles you to those off-ramp or on-ramp discounts as well. So like there's multiple ways to do this, but ultimately like you'll have to provide some sort of economic value and lock it in order to receive discounts. And that's how we're going about it. Ideally with some sort of mechanism to have deflation, because Pulse has deflation, PulseX has deflation. We're trying to take assets off the market if we can. So that's the idea.